Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ida bin Ibrahim. Um, I'm one of the lecturer of lecture member at the Faculty of Economics and Business, University Islam Bandung. And the second one is Associate Professor Dr. Mohsin Sheikh from MIT Peaceworld University, India. And the third one is Mrs. Anissa, is the lecturer from the Department of Accounting, FOEB, Tunisba. And the last one is Mrs. Humaira, the lecturer from the Department of Economic Development, FOEB, University of London. Right now, we are presenting in the fifth SORES 2023. And we are presenting our research under the title Customer Engagement on Live Streaming Findings from Java Island. Next one is the chapter 1 of the reason why I conducted the research. As we can see that live streaming shopping is hype among the consumers, especially in Indonesia. And because the live streaming, multiple actors, which is sellers, streamers, and viewers can interact each other, posting, chat, and etc. And of course, the live streaming online shopping are different with traditional shopping. And after that, the presence of the TikTok shop here is booming among the consumers, of course. So it must be interesting for us to study the context of TikTok shop because right now there are Taobao Live, Facebook Live, and Amazon Live that focusing on e-commerce or shopping. And from the perspective of the gap from previous research, according to the knowledge of the authors, there are no study that are investigating the customer engagement in the context of TikTok shop, especially in Indonesia. And based on the previous study, we are using the underlying theory is the socio-technical approach. And for our research, want to investigate the influence of interaction toward emotional attachment. And the next one is the influence of the synchronicity towards platform attachment and the emotional attachment towards the visit duration and the platform attachment towards the visit duration. The last one is the visit duration towards the customer engagement. And this is the underlying theory that we are using in our study, is the socio-technical approach. In short, socio-technical approach focusing on two factors. The first one is social, and the second one is the technical. From the perspective of social, represented by our two variables here is the interaction and the emotional attachment. And for the technical approach, representing by synchronicity and also platform attachment in our study. And this is our hypothesis. Our study consisting of a hypothesis, and this is the conceptual framework development that we are using here in our fifth SORES 2023 presentation. As you can see, there are 6 variables, and the relationship between those variables are based on socio-technical approach. And for the chapter 3, how to conduct the research, our research is cross-sectional, using cross-sectional data through self-administered questionnaire. For the sampling technique, we are using purposive, and there are 2 screening question in our study, and the data of our construct or variable is 6. So we can see that from the perspective of scale, we are using 5-point letter scale from strongly disagree until 5 strongly agree. And after that, we are sending our manuscript to our colleagues in UNISBA to for them to review our questionnaire before we are spreading or gathering our data. And these are the items and also the construct in our study. And the object of our study is the TikTok shop, because in Java Islands, the majority of the TikTok shop users in Java Island, and also in Indonesia, the active users of TikTok is reaching 113 million users. So it must be interesting to conduct the research. And for the questionnaire, we are sending via Google Form, and we are receiving 146, but only 111 that are eligible or meet the criteria. Next one is the result. As we know that our study is using SAM, or software application modeling, with software of IBM Amos. There are two stages that must be done. The first one is business model in order to analyzing the convergent validity and the reliability. And the next one is the discriminant validity. For the convergent validity and the reliability, we are based on the standardized regression WAIC, which is output from IBM Amos. And for the discriminant validity, based on the correlation of from the output of IBM Amos. And the next stage is the structural model test, which is consisting of CFA, confirmatory factor analysis, and also the path testing. For the CFA here, you can see that all the criteria are met. So we are moving to the next stage, is the path testing. And this is the full model in our study, which representing the relationship between 6 variables. And for the path testing here, only one hypothesis that not be supported. For example, second hypothesis, because the critical ratio value is less than 1.96, and the B value is greater than 1.01, 0.01. And for the hypothesis 1, 3, 4, and 5 are supported because the critical ratio value all are less than greater than 1.96, and the B value is less than 0.01. And for the discussion here, representing the result of our study, for example, for the hypothesis 5, which is visit duration has a positive and significant influence towards the customer engagement. It means that the longer the users are in TikTok shop, the higher the customer engagement of them in TikTok shop. The customer engagement here is between the streamers and also the viewers. And this is the managerial implication. First one is, of course, the streaming platform has to maximize the visit duration in the platform in order to increase the customer engagement of their users. And also, regarding the presence of the TikTok shop here, the viewers have a multiple option to view, to select, to buy the wants or their needs. So the TikTok shop must be increased or maximize the visit duration, and then maximize the streamers, and also the platform itself. I mean, seamless and then interesting and etc. And for the limitation of the study, of course, we are not free from the generalization, and then future research must be or could be insert or add the moderating variable, which is the product type, and also could be tested our model in different setting of the live streaming shopping, such as Facebook Live, Amazon Live, and Taobao Live, and especially in from different countries. And this is the verses in our study. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.